Hey, good morning, everyone. I hope everybody's doing good. This morning, I had been thinking a lot last night about yesterday and the stuff I was talking about being somebody that somebody can talk to or finding somebody to talk to. And some stuff was brought to my attention from other people, and thank you very much. I'm glad that you were able to help me out a little bit and give me a little more insight in things. I did a little more checking, and come to find out, when we don't have anybody to talk to and our lives are kind of in a tailspin, where you get lost, we don't know where we're going, we don't know what we're doing. Everything is weighing in on top of us, and we find that person to talk to, or we're looking for somebody to talk to, or just somebody to listen to us. It comes down to a lot of things. When you have something that is weighing on you like it is, that will create stress. Stress is one of the top ranked killers of anything. It's ranked number 6 among causes of death is stress. And, when we have stress, a lot of times we don't think it, but we feel it. We try to make our lives go on more and more and more. We try to make our lives better, but yet we have this monster hanging over the top of our head. This thing that keeps pushing us down, that can't make us happy, that keeps us from trying to even be happy. It's like I said yesterday, it's when you go to a movie and you sit there at this movie. It's a good movie, but you're not enjoying it because you've got all this weight on top of you as far as everything you're thinking about, everything you've got to do, everything that's coming in that, you need to take care of, but yet you're trying to, but it just keeps piling up more and more. We all have that. I did some checking. There was a rise in depression deaths from 1999 to 2017 of 33%. 33%, that's a lot. That's a third of what was going on. It raised up because that means people were having more stress. They had no outlet. They had no way to get rid of it. They were just, it was on top of them and holding them down, and they had no place to go. They had no place to talk, nobody to talk to relieve that, to let it out, to let it go. Everybody has stress. I have stress, and it's all depending on how you try to manage it. Don't sweat the small things. I've heard a lot of people say, the small things, they say that, but that's easier said than done. Because, a lot of small things will add up to a big thing. And the big thing was stress and, not having anybody to talk to or not having anybody to just listen. You have no outlet. You can't get rid of it. It's there. You're stuck with it until you can release it. Stress, when you've got stress on you, you end up trying to figure out what to do. And the more you go on, the more it piles up, and the more it piles up to where you don't see the beauty of what's in front of you. You don't see the beauty of life. You start missing things. You start wondering, why? Why is this happening to me? Why can't I get back on my feet? Why can't I climb to the top of the ladder again? Why does it every time I go to do something, the other shoe will fall. It's all of that piling in on top of us, and we end up depressed. We end up with this cloud around us that we can't see through, that we don't realize that, if we just release it, we'll be able to see a little bit more. It's like a foggy morning. When you're driving in a foggy morning and you can't see past the hood, but the more you're driving and the higher the sun's coming up, it starts to dissipate and you start being able to see through things. And next thing you know, it's clear. And you sit back and you think, well, that wasn't so bad. I just followed the path I was on. That's one thing we can do. But I'm jumping off course here a little bit. I was talking about yesterday, if you to be somebody that somebody can talk to. Let somebody talk to you. Listen to them. Because you know what? You think about it, that might be the last conversation you ever have with them. If their depression and their stress and everything that they have going on with them, depression and stress is probably the largest cause of suicide, if not only in this country, in the world. Because you think about it, they don't see a way out. Their only way out is what they think is, I won't feel this pain, I won't feel this burden, I won't feel anything like this if I end it. And that's a sad, sad thing to think about, that, maybe if somebody would have just listened to them and listened to what they're going through, maybe that wouldn't have happened. I'm not trying to beat anybody up about anything. But we all have a lot going on in our lives, as far as kids, jobs, work, job and work, both same thing, but our work, career, school, family life, everything piling in on top of us, that a lot of times we feel we don't have time to talk to this person right now. I'm going to hear the same thing over and over and over. Well, you know what? That's part of it. You hear the same thing over and over and over from the people. Trust me, I sound like a broken record a lot of times, probably even on here. But when there's somebody you care about, somebody that's your friend, somebody who is a relative, a loved one, or, just somebody on the street that's having a bad day, and you can see it. It's plain as day. You can tell when somebody's having a bad day or somebody's faking it. Their face doesn't lie. And, it's, if you're sincere about people and loving people, and you say, hey, is something bothering you? And they say, well, yeah, this is what it is. Take 5 minutes to listen. Take 10 minutes to listen. That might be what this person needs to get over this little hurdle that's in their way, that you never know what they're thinking about. I'm so stressed out, I might end it all. But, that turns around and puts stress on other people. If somebody would do that, stresses out their family and their friends more than you can even imagine. The thought of that almost brings tears to my eyes, to think about, somebody was under that much stress that they had nobody to talk to, and the only way they seen to get out of it was ending their life. That is, it's heartbreaking. I know people have thought about it. I've got friends that have thought about it. I've got friends of mine that have actually tried it. Some of them actually did it. It's a scary thing to think about, how fragile life is. And if that person just had somebody that they could talk to, that they could vent to, that they could release their demons that's inside of them, that's holding them back, that's keeping them down, that maybe they would still be with us. Maybe they wouldn't have went through as bad of what they were going through. I'm going to say this again. When someone is going through a rough time, just sit with them. No preaching, no advice. Just be there. Listen to them. That's all people are asking for. That's all people want. I'm sitting here today, and it's just a lot of things on my mind. Trust me, I'm not thinking of any of the stuff that I've talked about. That I'm good. I just feel like some of this stuff needs to be brought out in the open and people to see about it and listen to it. That maybe you know somebody that's going through a rough time right now, and maybe they need somebody to just listen to them. They need somebody to just open up and say, hey, let's go have coffee. Let's have a talk. And go from there. We're all out here trying to do the best we can. And we end up letting the little things weigh us down and hold us down. But it's not the little things individually that we need to worry about. It's the little things piling up on everybody. The big things we worry about, but when the little things get piled up, we have no way to release them, get rid of them, put them to bed, walk away from them. And relationships create stress, kids create stress, school creates stress, sports create stress. We all want to do our best we can. We want to be best for the other person that we are with. But it all comes down to, if you need somebody to talk to, find somebody. It doesn't matter if it's a professional, if it's your friend, if it's your minister, if it's just somebody on the street that wants to listen, that is concerned about how you're doing. Talk to them. We need you here. Your family needs you here. I need you here. So, on that note, I'm going to stop this for today. I might come back with something else if it registers with me. Everybody, let's just do one little random act of kindness today. Open the door for somebody. Tell somebody hi. Tell them have a good day. I love you all, and I will just talk to you later. Bye-bye now.